First presenter has been a long time friend of mine, and is somebody I'm very proud to call my friend. We won't go into all our details, but she's an amazing woman. Her name is Brenda Brunelle. She's the mother of two, also has inherited two stepchildren. She has 5 grandchildren, although you look at her and you say, really? Brunelle retired from the Department of Citizenship and Immigration in 2012. She's been also at that time the president of CEIU, Local 00601 of their union. She's also been recognized, and you're going to see her on TV on Man Alive and Fifth Estate. She's been recognized for her long-time advocacy in this region for victims of sexual abuse by clergy. There's a group called SNAP, and she heads up the local chapter of SNAP. And it's the Survivors Network for those abused by priests. So this woman has a lot of background and has a very interesting story to tell. And sitting right behind Brenda is her better half. And that's Dawn with the big, we're doing Windows Live, aren't we? Or not Windows, but Facebook Live. Dawn figures in to be a big part of her story. So please welcome to the stage our first presenter, Brenda Brunelle.
Good evening, friends, and welcome. My name is Brenda Brunelle, and I am a resident of Windsor, Ontario. I was invited to join this amazing grassroots group made up of residents within our community. The group 42Forward, Our New Hospital, was formed to promote the chosen location for a new and enhanced healthcare hospital for our region. Friends, the time is now to let Queen's Park know that we deserve enhanced and safe healthcare services in a modern state of the healthcare facility. We are not second-rate citizens in Ontario. No, we are not. Windsor and Essex County residents deserve the best care the province can give us. Why do I care? Why do I want enhanced hospital built in our community? Allow me to share my personal journey with you this evening. On May 26, 2017, my husband Don and I were visiting friends in Wheatley. Minutes after arriving at our friend's home, our friend took Dawn for a ride in their recently purchased Corvette. This Corvette struck a hydro pole at such high speed that Dawn was ejected from that car wearing his seatbelt. Lying in the field alongside our most dangerous highway, number 3. I arrived at the accident scene ahead of fire and rescue, where I stood on Highway 3 screaming and yelling at my friend, "Is that your Corvette?" Within moments, fire and rescue arrived, and I was advised that not only was that our friend's vehicle, but that my husband was ejected from the car. I was approximately 1 hour away from our home in Windsor and 1 hour and 15 minutes away from our regional Trauma 1 hospital located on Dougall Avenue in Windsor. Friends, I hope you never find yourselves in such a time-sensitive situation as I did on that fateful night, May 26, 2017. My friend and I had to drive from Highway 3 in Wheatley, following that ambulance all the way to Windsor, just praying with all we had, that ambulance would arrive at that hospital in time to save our husbands' lives. That 1 hour and 15-minute drive felt like a 3-day marathon with no end in sight. We did arrive just in time, and I do mean just in time. My husband was on life support and in a coma for 30 days. He spent a total of 90 days in that hospital. I spent 90 days in that hospital. And I can tell you this, our medical team, doctors, nurses, social workers, are extraordinary men and women dedicated to their healthcare profession. I, for one, will forever be grateful to them for saving my husband's life. To this date, Don is still known by staff and referred to as the miracle man who survived that accident. Had our Trauma 1 hospital been located at the new selected site, County Road 42, my extended journey to Dougall Avenue would have been shortened, and most important, Don would have been in receipt of critical care a good 25 minutes sooner than what he did. Everyone here tonight knows how many fatal accidents occur on Highway 3. Don was a lucky one who survived the distant drive. The County Road 42 location will ensure that not one more family member will need to make that long trip to downtown Windsor before receiving the medical care required to save their life. Health and safety will also be addressed at our new site, not only for the patients in care, but also for family members. What do I mean by that? Well, I wish to share with you some of my personal journey during our 90-day stay. Don sustained catastrophic injuries to his body, including traumatic brain injury, along with ICU delirium. When he woke up in a ward with 3 patients along with their visitors, he was confused, terrified, and I had no choice but to put him in a private room. I did this for his safety and that of the other patients. The problem was that Don and I do not have private room coverage. Like most people in our community, we have ward coverage only. Can you imagine what my bill was for private coverage after 60 days following his discharge from ICU? Let me help you with the math. The rate per day for a private room is $275. Don spent 60 days at $275. That totals $16,500. Imagine living day to day, fearing the loss of your loved one, fighting every day to keep them alive and medically safe, only to return home, open your mail, and receive a bill in that amount. Because Don had foreign objects inserted into almost every part of his body, he became septic. He survived the crash, and now his multiple infections nearly killed him. Again, this is another reason he required a private room. Our family and friends stood vigil with Don and me every day. If he had been in a ward with 3 other patients, I would likely have been forced to be alone at Don's side without benefiting from our family and friends' support. This support was critical in keeping my own hope for his survival alive. I never could have endured that time period on my own without family and friends. Individual rooms are a necessary element to recovery. I truly believe this. Just think about a time you visited someone in the hospital who was sharing a room with others, and try to imagine being in my situation with Don and having to remain in a ward for 90 days. During Don's stay in hospital, he encountered 2 separate health concerns that could not be addressed within the Olette campus. The necessary specialties were not available within the hospital. Had we had a hospital with all specialties under one roof, Don would have been in receipt of complete care. From a safety point of view, I can't tell you how terrified I was arriving at the hospital at different hours of the night, alone, unescorted, responding to urgent calls from the hospital to return due to Don's decline in health. My phone rang throughout the night. I answered, I got dressed, I threw my hair up in a clip, and I ran as fast as I could to that hospital, alone, in that parking lot, entering that building, dashing up to Don's floor. The entire experience was just terrifying. I can't help believing the new site will eliminate some of the encounters I had at the existing site. Don is alive today. He is here with us tonight because of the extraordinary care he received. Our nurses, doctors, personnel staff deserve to work in an environment that enhances our healthcare needs. We as citizens in this great country of ours, Canada, and residents of Windsor, Essex County, deserve enhanced health care. I am looking forward to the County Road 42 location for a new enhanced healthcare hospital, knowing that if I am hospitalized in the future, I will have the best possible care available to me. I urge you to sign the petition, to sign the postcards, so that our group can deliver them in person to the Minister of Health on Monday morning. We want this hospital. We deserve enhanced health care. We need to have our voices heard. You need to have your voice heard. Support 42Forward, our new hospital. Thank you.